Well, I have some bad news for you. What the government is currently doing is not working. And the last time that this happened, the market crashed 50%. I know you hear market crash warnings almost every day. We need to get serious because this actually might be the black swan we have all been waiting for. And thus shall bring market correction. And thanks to Scott Bessent, you tried, buddy. I got to hand it to you. You gave it your best shot. Kind of like this one. Breaking, U.S. likely won't restart yet. It's Iran. We're like, well, looks like the bombing didn't work. I guess we'll move in with the financial conditions. We will choke you out like, we've been doing for 50 years. But it should work this time. Treasury yields. This is frightening. I mean, they're like, okay, we're going to double it. We're going to double our purchases. Treasury yields rebound, wiping out the decline following Bessent. What? Anything? Intervention. For those of you that may have missed it, the Treasury prints bonds. Well, then it's supposed to go around in the circle. But now the Treasury's like, we'd like to buy them back. And we'd like to double it, which that means they have to double their printing press. Print more bonds. Double it. It sounds great. Now, just to be fair, they're not like actually printing it right now and then buying it back. It does have to go through the process. They're buying back the long dated. But to be able to buy them back, they need to print more. Machine go burr, which that should have fixed the Japan issue, and it should have fixed our interest rates. Rates have been going up, and you put a floor. Now, I'll tell you who needs to step in next. Oh, and what's even more frightening is printing 30-year, okay. Printing 1 month, not so good. That's like you refinancing your house. Well, first, you put your house up for sale. And then no one wants to buy it, so you buy it. But you buy it back at a higher interest rate. Oh, and it's adjustable. Oh, that's great. And then the next step, because you can't pay for that, you're like, well, I keep getting these things in my mailbox where I can refinance at 0% for 30 days. So let's do that. Yes, but Scott, do you see what it rolls to? Yeah, look at that. We got to fix it now. The main takeaway in all of this, it didn't work. Want to know what else didn't work? Is the whole Japan thing, which I just finished my week-long video on that. So at the end of this video, it shall pop up down here. You can understand how money moves. Okay, so now what else is going on in the markets? And then we will dive into the charts because the charts always predict the markets. My email box, the comments went nuts. Can we now buy Bitcoin? I feel like this is the more you know ad, right? Did I date myself? Now, since last year, I have been saying, wait until October or August, September, right? Okay, you got like 30 days. What you witnessed in the last 24 hours is everyone that had shorts on, well, they just lost their shorts. Fine for indecent exposure is huge. Actually, they've never in the history has anyone ever been wiped out so hard. That is why maybe you should put in a stop loss. But you guys are wondering, when said Bitcoin? When I was like, nope. How about now? Nope, you're in a bear flag. How about now? Nope, another bear flag. How about now? Well, hey, look, you popped. Corn be a poppin'. So I'm going to make the call, and I'm going to say, wait for the pullback. As you know, if you're going through the course, I trade crypto every single day, but it's in shorter time frames. It goes into ranges. On Solana, truckloads of money. You guys need to read the comments. You guys are just crushing it. Also, please encourage people. That's why I created this. I give you little news, and then I show you how it trades, little macro, and here's charts, mainly charts, try not to do the news, but people are like, hey, what's Scott doing? $9,000 on Solana from one trade. And lo and behold, that pays for the $299 course? Not having to wait. There was another comment, made $1,400 in 9 minutes. And on my watch list, RKLB, been doing well on the swing trade. I have a watch list, link in the description, like when I put SIVB, and I'm like, hey, you should short it and become a billionaire, or EW, and you swing it up. I give you them. A little over $1 a day. I know, wow. And then you trade daily, and you put on 2,000, 1,000, 100, 3,500, 2,000, 1, right? Okay, so first things first, let's just get this out of the way. Japan bond market may be the canary in the coal mine for the stock rally that is built on sticks. Yes, Scott's not fixing it. Japan's not fixing it. Trump is now like, okay, we won't bomb Iran anymore because everyone knows what is coming. Another word would be a really bad recession. And conditions are ripe for a market accident. But surging bond yields alone won't cause it. And we have a pessimistic strategist. Okay, we tried to fix these surging yields. Not fixed. Market sell off. More importantly, you want to know, what are the 5 reasons we're headed for a 10% stock market correction, or even worse? 1, we are probably going to go into a recession, or we're already in one. Walmart stock slides as U.S. sales are hit by falling. Oh, no, they just changed their title. It said you guys were broke. You're pulling back. You're not spending anything. To school, nothing. Walmart's only down 10%. Look at that. But the rich who shop at Target, you're okay. Ow, 10%. Could you have seen it in the charts? Okay, so now let's head over to today's trade. I boxed it for you to show you that was the range. You started in the no-no zone. You should not have been trading today. I know you did. I know you got your little fingers in there, but you didn't break. You finally broke out. Okay, now you might be able to short. And here it was. You were in here. I know you're like, okay, guys, you really need to break that. This was not a good day for me either. I had a lot of false starts. Like, okay, we got no. Okay, we go no. Okay, we can no. Just knew it every time. And then you could play a little whack-a-mole. Right now, you could play the come up. If you have any big swings, smack the 200. That's an 80-20. It's a B move. You're in the no-no zone. I just, some days just suck. That's why I don't just stick with one thing. Silver. Hey, everyone. It's time. Put this on the calendar. Silver is breaking up. Could have purchased this a few days ago. It's fine. I know you're going to have resistance at the 200. I know. It's going to be a tough one, but having my indicators. Whale, 9 count came on. That's the lowest. It's swing up. 9, up, 9, up, 7, 8, 9, up. See? Now you're going to start to get extended, but big picture, I give silver a go. I now give Bitcoin a please wait for the pullback. Then it's up to you. Click subscribe and I'll tell you. Okay, now we really go. But you could be trading this every day. But when we cross this right up here, that was at $109,000, $110,000. It was 1,000. 100, that's a lot of money. I said, everyone, that is your warning. Get out. And it did this, and I said, double get out. And then it went into a bear flag, and I said, are you out yet? And then another one, and no, and now you are above the 200. But there's one more thing we got to look at, and I'm telling you, volume. Okay, okay, ooh, yeah, boy. You guys had so much. Look at that. Okay. All right. And that's the one thing about Bitcoin. When the FOMO comes in, gosh, right? It's a hard one to trade. I've been saying that my whole life. Because when it goes, it goes. But you could get wrecked just as fast down. Just know. If you're like, oh, I wish. I thought, trying to catch the bottom. I know. You're wanting to make money. There's so many other ways that are just, it's so semi-easy. If you see a trade, this is an A. I'm going to take this A. Just happened on Bitcoin. That was not an A move. That's a what? Oh, hey, look, a train. Well, I could have predicted it. Okay. I mean, there was kind of. Could have been in a long, and all of a sudden you just wake up and you're like, oh, wow. Same thing with everyone. They just got wiped out. They're like, oh, hey, look, my portfolio's gone. Like playing hot potato, but with a few grenades. But again, silver, look, here. Click button. Gave you warnings on gold. Everyone did so well on gold. You guys are doing so well in the course because you're posting numbers. $1,000 is nothing to shake a stick at, but learn how to do it. on it because you're not going to keep up with inflation. So you got to do this. Treasury go burr, the Fed go buy, the Treasury buys it back. I mean, we're cooked. We're coming to the end of the rope. There is strings. And with that, I shall see you in the next trade.